Hey everybody, welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be my current PlayStation 4 collection. So, hope you guys sit back and hope you might need to get something to drink, maybe a snack, because this video is probably going to be a bit long. I got a lot of PS4 games. So, with that said, let's get started, shall we? First, I have the Batman Return to Arkham Collection. This is I think it's basically what they consider a remaster of the first two Arkham games, Asylum and Arkham City. Love this collection. It's a great collection. I love those games. Those two original games were awesome. I just wish that this would have included Arkham Origins as well. I know a lot of people don't like Arkham Origins, and I know because, Rocksteady didn't do that game, they didn't include it, but I still think it would have been better. It would have been good to include it because Arkham, love it or hate it, Arkham Origins is part of that universe, that universe that Rocksteady started and created. So, I don't know, I just think it would have been, good to include it. But overall, great little compilation. Next, of course, Batman Arkham Knight. I enjoyed it. I could tell who the Arkham Knight was going to be pretty much right away because up until that point we had not seen Jason at all. So I kind of figured he's most likely going to be Arkham Knight, and lo and behold, we were right. But I still enjoyed it. I know a lot of people didn't like the Batmobile aspect, but again, I thought it was fine. Well, guess I'm easy to please. Next, Bioshock Collection. I love these games. I love the first one. The first one's my favorite. Second one is pretty decent. And Infinite, I have fun with, but I have issues with it. Mainly the fact that you can only use 2 guns in Infinite, which is just stupid. When in the first game and the second game, you could have all the weapons you want. So it was just stupid to be limited like that. Some of the vigors too were just some of the vigors felt very retreads of some of the plasmids in 1 and 2. But like I said, overall, I thought it was okay. I wasn't blown away by it like other people were, but overall, I like this collection. It's a hell of a deal, and I'm looking forward to the next Bioshock game, which probably maybe next year or 2023, who knows, but looking forward to it. Maybe by then I'll have an actual PS5. Doubt it, but who the hell knows. Next, Bloodborne. Bloodborne I thought was pretty decent. I'm not a huge Souls fan. I like them, but I'm not like in love with them. These games I like playing, at least ones that you're allowed to play with other people. That's when I have more fun, when I play with other people. So, but overall, still a pretty good game. I enjoyed it for the most part. I just don't love it like all the other Souls games. I like them. I just, not in love with them. Next, Bound by Flame. This is a pretty good RPG, pretty underrated in my opinion. It came out pretty early on in the 8th generation, but it's fun. I like it. So it's something different. Next, Chronos Before the Ashes. This is, to my knowledge, basically a prequel to Remnant from the Ashes. So pretty interesting to see how the world, how it was before, so it's a typical like Souls-like game, so it's fun. But I think from what I remember, the difference between like this and a usual Souls game is when you die you grow older, so that's kind of unique actually. So I like it. Next, Code Vein, another Souls-like game, but it's anime and vampires. Interesting little combo. Pretty fun. I enjoy it. Need to get back to it eventually, but it's good. Next, we have Dark Souls Remastered, Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, Dark Souls 3, Fire Fades Edition. It's the Souls games. Like I said, I enjoy them for the most part, but I have more fun with them when I'm playing with others. So, but yeah, I like them. But like I said, I'm not in love. You know, some people like love those types of games. Like I said, I like them. I just, after a while, it's like, okay, I died for the 1000th time now. Okay, I'm gonna play something else now because I'm getting annoyed. But next, Daymare 1998 was in 1988. I have not played this one yet. I know it's basically the Resident Evil 2 remake before Resident Evil 2 remake was a thing. But it was cheap and it looked pretty fun, so I got it. Just like I said, it was cheap. So. Next, Days Gone. Last of Us 2 light, basically. But when I played of it so far, it was fine. It was enjoyable. And you get back to it, but I thought it was, from what I played of it, it was fine. Some people didn't like it, but I thought it was fine from what I played of it so far. Next, Death Stranding. I am not a huge Kojima fan. I'm not that big into Metal Gear Solid. It's just, I have the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection, and I've got the Vita HD Collection, so I like it, but I'm not, again, like the Soul series, in love with the series, with Metal Gear, or Kojima, for that matter. But Death Stranding, I only played a little bit of it so far, and I need to play it, because when I first played it, I got it from the library. No, not this copy, but I got this from the game from the library to try, and I played for like a good couple hours, like hour and a half, 2 hours. I did the opening mission. I did that. I saved, and I went to bed, and I got the next morning to play a little bit before work, and for some reason there was a glitch where I know I saved. I saw the thing saying saving and all that, but when I went to go start it up the next day to play a bit before work, there was no load game or continue option on the main menu. So I don't know what the hell glitch that was I ran into, but one day I'll finally pop this in and actually play it, because again, I'm kind of turned off by that, because I don't want to start playing it and then have the same thing happen where I just played for the last couple hours, and then go to play the next day, and there's no data, there's no saving in when I know I saved. So kind of put off by that. Hopefully it it's just a weird glitch that I ran into, but I don't know. But Death Stranding, played eventually. Hopefully, I've heard very mixed things about it, but until I play it myself, I can't say say, oh, it's good, it's bad. I don't know yet. Next, Detroit Become Human. Pretty decent game in my opinion. It's again not the best game, but it's decent for the most part. Very story driven. So I thought it was pretty good, pretty interesting. Next, DMC Devil May Cry Definitive Edition. This is the reboot. A lot of people do not like this game. I'm one of the ones who actually do like it. I look at it as, despite the changes of the story of making Dante and Virgil half demon, half angel, despite that, I can actually think of it as a prequel to the main series overall. If you think about it, in this game, Dante, he's very cocky and arrogant. He doesn't give a flying fuck about anybody but himself. As the game progresses, he learns to take, not pride exactly, but come more into his powers and abilities, things like that. And by the end of the game, he realizes, okay, I have to step up and protect humanity, and my job, do the job that we all know him to have in the following games. So, but overall, thought it was fine. Next, Devil May Cry HD Collection. Love these games. Not much to say on them. They're just great. So, next, Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. I imported this from. I got this on eBay. I got this off eBay. It's just the physical version of Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. Next, Devil May Cry 5, great game, loved it. Loved the main theme of this game, so loved it. V was kind of, but overall, still liked it. Next, Evil Within, pretty decent horror game. Weird, very weird, but still pretty good in my opinion. So. Next, Evil Within 2, pretty alright sequel. Some people didn't like it, but from what I've played of it, it's alright. It's fine. Next, Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. I haven't played much of it. I know this is basically I don't know, we'll call it a remaster, but it's basically a port, an HD port of the game that was on PSP. So I haven't played much of it, like I said, but what I played of it so far, it's alright. Next, Final Fantasy X, 10-2 HD. I still need to play Final Fantasy X-2. I played 10, a handful of times over the years. Pretty good. Not my favorite Final Fantasy game, but still alright. But yeah, I still need to play 10-2 at some point. Next, Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age. Pretty decent Final Fantasy, in my opinion. Again, not my favorite, but still pretty good, pretty decent. So, next, Final Fantasy 15, the Royal Edition. Final Fantasy 15. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm in the middle. It has some decent things, and it has some things that I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. But overall, it's good, but I'm like in the middle on it. So, looking forward to Final Fantasy 16. That looks freaking awesome. So, next, God of War. Pretty good. I liked the Norse mythology. I liked Kratos' growth as a character, and I liked Atreus. He was pretty good. I liked having him. I liked being able to use Atreus in battle. To distract, if you will, the enemies. So pretty good. I liked it. Looking forward to Ragnarok. Next, Gravity Rush Remastered. Great game. If you don't have this, I recommend it. I definitely recommend it, either on the PS4 if you can find it, or the Vita. Just great game. A lot of fun. Next, Gravity Rush 2. Have not played the sequel just yet, but I've heard pretty decent things about it, so I'll play it eventually. Next, Horizon Zero Dawn. I almost said Forbidden West. Horizon Zero Dawn. Love this game. Great game. One of the PS4's great, good exclusives for sure, and new IP. So a lot of fun. Definitely recommend it for sure. Next, Infamous Second Son. Pretty good Infamous game. I like the different powers. I like the powers that you get in this game. You go from what are the powers now? I know one of them's neon. I know that. It's been a while since I played this, so I don't remember all the powers, but I like them. It's a lot of fun. Like the characters, like the story. Pretty good, pretty damn good game. So, well, hopefully we get a new one relatively soon. So, it'll be nice. Next, Infamous First Light. This is basically I believe it's both it's an expansion to Second Son, but I think it's also a prequel. I think when you play as Fetch. So, haven't played it, but heard pretty good things about it. So, next, excuse me, Immortal Unchained. This is a third-person Souls-like game, but instead of blades and swords, axes, something like that, you have guns. So, interesting concept. But I thought I haven't played much of it, but it's alright. It's again, it's typical Souls-like game, but instead of using swords and other bladed weaponry, you have guns. So if you're into that kind of thing, check it out. Next, Injustice: Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. Enjoy this game. It's not my favorite fighting game, but I enjoyed it. It's alright. It's decent. Next, Injustice 2 Legendary Edition. I prefer Injustice 2 over the first game, just because there's more fighters that I like Red Hood, Black Manta. The characters that I like are in this one. But overall, pretty good. I like it. I like the story too. Next, Killzone Shadowfall. I've not played it yet. I need to finish the other Killzone games first before I get this one, before I play this one, but I've heard mixed, so play it eventually. Next, we have Kingdom Hearts story so far. Kingdom Hearts 3. I love the Kingdom Hearts game. I love Kingdom Hearts 2. I think 2 is probably my favorite of the franchise so far. Not played 3 yet. I've heard mixed things, but again, until I play it, I can't, say whether I like it or not. So, next, The Last of Us Remastered. Amazing game. Loved it. Great game on the PS3, and it's a great game on PS4. I've heard they're supposedly remaking this. I'm kind of, no, you don't need to remake that. No, just no. No. Next, Last of Us Part 2. I love this game. I know a lot of people hated it because of what happened to Joel in the very first hour of the game. But this game, I love it. I really do. It's such a great such a great story of character. Both Ellie and Abby go through amazing character development in this game. I loved it. If you have not played this game yet because you were pissed off about the story and the spoilers that Joel dies and all that crap, give it a try, please. I implore you, because the story was just, I loved it. I really did. So, if you want to hate me for that, it's a video game. It's not the end of the world that I liked The Last of Us Part 2 and you didn't. But next, Last Guardian. I've not played it yet. I've heard both good and bad. Both good for the story, but bad in terms of the controls. So I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a play one day. Just again, haven't had time. Next, Lego Marvel Collection. This is the 3 Lego games: Lego Marvel Superheroes, Lego Marvel Avengers, and Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. So plus all the DLC. So it's Lego games. I like them. Yes, they're for kids, but they're enjoyable. Next, Lego Jurassic World. Again, It's a Lego game, but it's fun. It takes, the things that I like, whether it be superheroes or Jurassic Park stuff, and, well, makes them out of Legos. So, I like it. Next, Lords of the Fallen, another Souls-like game. I actually like this one a little bit more, ironically enough. A lot of people were kind of on it, but I thought it was pretty decent, in my opinion. Next, Spider-Man. Love this game. Again, a really good exclusive for the PS4. I prefer Peter's look in this game opposed to the next game, and I'm sure the sequel that was announced a while back. But still, great game. Next, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Like Infamous First Light. This is basically, it's, if you really want to think about it, basically glorified DLC, basically. But its own game, and it's physical, so whatever. Enjoyed it for the most part. I just don't like the change of Peter in this version, in this game, and I'm sure in the sequel. Peter looks very much more like he looks like Tom Holland a little bit, and he just looks too young for the way they set up the story. He looks much better in this game. So, but overall, still pretty good. Next, Marvel's Avengers. I've not played it yet. I've heard very things on it, but I'm not going to play it online or with co-op. I'm just going to play it by myself, and it looks fine enough for that. So, and it was cheap. So, next, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Love these games. I've been playing this. I've been playing this series basically since May. I've been taking breaks from it here and there, but this series has been my one mainstay the last few months. It's incredible, mainly because I got to Mass Effect 3 and I realized I kind of fucked up, and I wouldn't be able to save both. Well, I can't really save Legion, but I basically wouldn't be able to save Tali and also get Tali and the Geth to stop fighting because I fucked something up in Mass Effect 2. So I went back to Mass Effect 2 to redo that. So, yeah. But all three great games. Love them. Can't wait for Mass Effect 5. So hopefully it's good. Next, Mass Effect Andromeda. Mass Effect Andromeda, I thought it was okay. I wasn't hating on it like everybody else was. I thought it was just okay. So, and for, I think I got this for, under $10, brand new. So, yeah. Why not? Next, Mortal Kombat XL. Pretty good continuation of the story from Mass Effect. God, pretty good continuation of the story from Mortal Kombat 9 on PS3. Like the guest characters, you've got Jason, Leatherface, Predator, Alien, a couple other guest characters, but overall, pretty good. I liked it. Next, Mortal Kombat 11, the conclusion, at least for now, of the story started in Mortal Kombat 9. Pretty good story. I like the way it wraps up a little bit. Some pretty interesting guest characters. Ironically, no horror characters this time. I thought that was kind of odd. But overall, pretty decent. Next, Mortal Shell. Again, this is a Souls-like game, but with this, I guess this game's caveat, or its interesting little tidbit thing, is you can there's basically shells around the world, And one showed me be like a knight, like a version of a knight, and one might be like a sorcerer or monk. You can basically go into each one and find which one you like and fit your playstyle the best, basically. So that's kind of unique. So next, Nier Replicant. Have not played it yet. I've played the original game, so I'm not exactly sure what the difference is. I'm sure someone will tell me, but it it it. I wanted it. I just wanted it, so I got it. Next, Nier Automata. I've heard really great things about it. I played a little bit of it, not much, but just a little bit of it. So I'll get to it eventually. Next, The Order 1886. Very, very, very disappointing game. Just the fact that it had such great promise. Story taking place in London, steampunk, vampires and werewolves, things like that. And it was just very underwhelming. Gameplay was mediocre. The story was interesting, but it just everything else just like fell flat. So maybe we'll get a sequel and they can fix that, but I don't really see it happening, unfortunately. Next, Ratchet and Clank. Pretty good. I would call this a remake. I think it is considered a remake of the first game, but overall pretty good, pretty decent. I enjoyed it. Next, Remnant from the Ashes. Basically it's like Chronos for the Ashes. It's part of its own thing, and it I like it. It's all right. Next, Resident Evil Origins Collection. Two great games. Love Zero. Love remake of Resident Evil 1. Out of both of these, I'd probably prefer the first Resident Evil 1. But overall, still great collection. Resident Evil 2 Remake. Amazing. Loved it. Resident Evil 3 Remake. Pretty enjoyable. A little short for my liking, but overall still pretty good. Resident Evil 4, great game, overhyped as all hell. Resident Evil Revelations, pretty good. I thought it was alright. Not my favorite, but still it was alright. Resident Evil 5, again, pretty decent. A lot of people don't like this game. Again, I thought it was alright. My main issue with 5 is the fact that you cannot move and shoot. That's the one thing I'm like, it's so annoying. But I liked it. I liked it enough. Revelations, Resident Evil Revelations 2. Pretty good sequel to the first Revelations game. Brought back Claire, Barry, introduced Barry's daughter, also introduced Alex Wesker, who is basically Albert's sister for the most part. But yeah, pretty good. Resident Evil 6, the game that everybody hates in this franchise. I don't. I love it. The fact that there's 3 separate campaigns, well, 4 actually, technically, 4 separate campaigns that all interlock. Love it. I love Leon. That Leon's back. Chris is back. Got to see Sherry again after all this time. That's great. Introduces Jake, who is Wesker's son, who I thought that's just freaking awesome. So I love this game. Next, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Did not like this game. This is the one Resident Evil game where I'm just like, no. And a lot of people love this game. Love it. I just, this does not feel like a Resident Evil game at all. It just, to me, does not feel like Resident Evil. This feels like somebody took Fear and some bits from like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and just mushed them together and called it Resident Evil. It's just, no, it just does not feel like Resident Evil at all. Baker family, I just don't like. Evelyn, she's nothing more than a fucking Alma clone. Ethan, he's all right. He's okay. But just everything else is just no, just no, not my cup of tea. Next, Resident Evil Village. Now, this I actually did enjoy. I did enjoy this one a whole lot more than 7. Ethan is more capable. Having gone through something horrific in the past. It's just, this one's just so much better than 7, in my opinion. So, yeah. Next, Shadow of the Beast. Don't know much about this game. I got it a while ago and haven't really played much of it. I know I think it's a remake of a Sega game, I believe. But it looked fun, so I got it. Next, Shadow of the Colossus remake. Played the original, loved it. Played the HD remaster on PS3. Again, loved it. I haven't played the remake just yet, but I've heard decent things. Next, Shadow of Mordor, Game of the Year edition. Enjoyed it for the most part. Had some issues, but overall, still alright. Next, Shadow of War, Definitive Edition. Not played it yet, but heard both good and bad. Next, Shadow Warrior 2 and Shadow Warrior 1. Love these games. They're a lot of fun. If you're like mildly interested in these, check them out. They're great hack and slash first person shooters. A lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. Next, Shenmue 1 and 2 HD. Pretty good collection. I know a lot of people aren't going to be into this series, but I thought for having finally played it for the first time, it was alright. Next, Shenmue 3. Again, same thing. A lot of people aren't going to be into it, but I thought it was an alright sequel. Hopefully, Shenmue 4 is made, and I don't know if he's going to, if Yu Suzuki is going to end the story with 4, or if he needs to do at least 5, but from what I remember, it was still not bad, but not for everybody. Next, The Surge. It's a Souls-like game, but it's sci-fi. More sci-fi than fantasy, so. Surge 2, again. Sci-fi Souls. Next, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. This is the reprint. For those of you who don't know, when this first released, you had to basically download games 2 and 3. Well, they did a reprint in 2019, and now all 3 games are on the disc, so that's nice. The way to tell if you have the reprint version, because they didn't update the artwork at all, so it's hard to tell. But the way you can tell that you have the reprint version of this game is there's a insert for Crash Team Racing, and the disc will say 2018, 2019. That's how you can tell. So, next, Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Love this game on the PS2. It's pretty fun Star Wars game where you're not a Jedi. So, I like it. I like that a lot. Next, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Love this game. A lot of fun. Looking forward to a sequel. Hopefully sometime soon. But yeah, great game. Loved it. Next, Star Wars Republic Commando. Another Star Wars game where you're not a Jedi, and it's amazing. It's a first-person shooter where you're playing as a Republic Commando during the Clone Wars. Pretty damn cool. Next, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. Pretty good reboot. Enjoyed it for the most part. And you know, a lot of people thought it was pretty decent as well. So I liked it. Next, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Pretty good sequel. I don't have Shadow of the Tomb Raider just yet, but Rise I did enjoy a lot. Next, Technomancer. Pretty interesting sci-fi RPG. I know I think it's based on I could be wrong. I think it's based off a tabletop game, I believe. But overall, it's still pretty fun, pretty unique. Next, Transformers Devastation. Pretty good Transformers game made by Platinum. Much more in line with the G1 Transformers, but overall, pretty fun. I liked it. Next, Uncharted Collection. Amazing. This is an amazing collection of Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. 2 is probably my favorite. Then followed by the first game, then 3. But overall, still pretty amazing collection, for sure. Uncharted 4, Thief's End. Great game. Amazing end to Nathan's story. And if we ever get an Uncharted 5, I would like to see maybe play as his daughter. That would be interesting. So, I like it. Next, Uncharted Lost Legacy. I need to get back to this game, but I got pissed at it because I played it for the longest time, and I got done with this puzzle, that shadow puzzle. It's a pain in the fucking ass. I got done with that. I went into the next room. It auto-saved. Like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to bed. Next day, I get up to play a bit, and I'm back to shadow puzzle. So I said, fuck that. So I need to get back to it at some point. Just that shadow puzzle, for some reason, was just a pain in the ass. And I get done, and it's like, the game's like, no, fuck you. You need to do it again. Fuck that. Next, Until Dawn. Pretty good horror game. It's very like B horror, but it's fun in that way, that regard. So, The Walking Dead, Telltale series, the definitive edition series. It's basically all 4 seasons of the game, plus Michonne as well. So, love this series. I don't know if it's gonna come back with Telltale making a somewhat return, but who knows. Next, Wolf Among Us, another pretty good Telltale game. I know it's based on the Fables line of graphic novels, which I have not really read, but overall it's still pretty good. So definitely check it out. Next, Ease, I believe that's 9. Ease 9 on, what was that, Nox, Monstrum Nox. It's another Ease game, which I enjoy a lot. They're pretty decent RPGs for the most part. So, and finally, the last game here in my PS4 collection, current PS4 collection, Zombie Army Trilogy. Pretty good. I enjoyed it for the most part. I need to play the sequel eventually. But, yeah. That is it. That is all my PS4 games. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, it's going to be a bit of a long one. But, yeah. That said, I will see you next time.